lip products, cheek products, lip products, cheek product, lip chop. Hello friends, today we are doing 2023 favorites, which sounds so wrong to say because in my brain we're still in like 2019. I don't understand how it's now 2024 or about to be, I don't know. I'm pre-recording this because I'm going to the beach. So I'm pre-filming a few videos for you guys while I'm gone. So catch up with me on Instagram stories and stuff to see what I get up to. Mostly just gonna be chilling with friends and family, but might put up a few stories anyway. We'll be doing lots of board games, going to the beach, relaxing, platters, maybe some swimming. Oh, I can't wait. Anyway, this year I decided to do a favorites video. I don't think I did one last year and I feel like it's just a little bit overdue. So the products in today's video are kind of like current holy grails. It's all just makeup. Let me know if you'd like another one with like other stuff, miscellaneous, skincare, hair care, all of that. Although pretty much check out my latest Empties video, I'll link it below and you can kind of see some of my holy grails in those categories. Today's makeup, it's just kind of stuff I can't live without. Warning, I do mention my own brand a couple of times, but there's a whole array of different brands here, high-end, drugstore. Actually quite a lot of drugstore stuff this year, which is really exciting. Just some stuff that I've found myself reaching for a lot throughout the year. Let's get into it. Let me just start with tools. Not necessarily exclusive to my brand, these are from my brand. The Ultra Soft makeup sponge, the flat edge one. Literally my holy grail makeup sponge. It's so soft. This is a damp at the moment. I used it today. By the way, this makeup look will be my next video. I got deep, kind of talking about my lessons I've learnt, talking in depth about some stuff I've like kind of gone through in the past year and a half or so. Stuff I haven't really talked about before on my channel, but I just felt like I was ready. Yeah, just a whole lot of lessons I've learned about my self-development, growth, and mental health and stuff. So tune in for my next video to learn about that. That's why if you can see this cakey mess right here, it's cakey because I was crying. It's not a reflection of the makeup, okay? But I used a whole lot of the favorites from this video to do this full look. So yeah, keep an eye out. I just love sponges, okay? Actually lately I have been using my flat top face brush a whole lot to do my makeup. I love this brush so much. It's just like a staple. I've been using this for years, so I should probably include this. But some of my favorite tools, these have changed the game this year. You guys know I used to hate loose powders and like under the eyes and stuff, but these have changed the game. I now am a loose powder girly under the eyes and even just like around the face, like using this. Game changer. It's so soft. I'm not going to talk about it too long because I know some people don't like it when I talk about my own brand. Lots of brands do them though. So get yourself a powder puff. I just think mine are amazing quality, so you know. Primer. I've been using so many different primers this year, like moisturizing type ones. You know I love a moisturizing primer, right? But ones that have just always been coming back in my routine this year, the little flawless filter type products. So of course we've got the original, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I use the shade 4 medium. Absolutely love this stuff. I'd spend the money on this, like I would. I love it. It's worth every cent. However, I have a dupe here which is literally identical. You can't tell the difference. Well, I can't, especially not for the price difference. This is xoBeauty Flawless Glow. I know a secret. Anyway, it's very easy for us to get New Zealand and Australia wide. Keep an eye out for this brand. This brand is a game changer and I have to give a shout out to xoBeauty because I feel like it's definitely one of my standout brands this year that I've tried this year. I've just loved almost everything from this brand, like foundations, concealers, brighteners, eyeliners, like so many different things. Lip products, cheek products, all sorts of stuff. So good. But like I say, I still love the Charlotte Tilbury one. Hello, it's a game changer. I feel like everyone raves about this and it's for a good reason. If you're wanting to, yeah, save some money, then this one's literally identical. But like I said, I would still spend the money, although I don't need to because I'd just get this instead. It's for you if you like a bit of a tint, either alone or under your foundation. It gives you a tint, it gives you a glow, like a shiny, beautiful, healthy glow. Really nice as well if you just want to put a little bit of like a tinted kind of moisturizer on top or even a full coverage like I've done today. It's just so good. I love, 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 love this stuff and I'm sure you guys have heard all about it, let's be honest. Can I just say as well today, I love my makeup. It's so cute. For foundation, I'm pretty sure I've got foundation first impressions for all four of these foundations. So I'll link all of the first impressions down below so you can watch me do like a full thorough video on each one so you can learn more about it. But the clear winner, number one, is a drugstore little babe, and this is the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint, and I love this stuff. It's unreal. It is so fluidy and light. It's a skin tint, but honestly the coverage is really decent. Once again, check out my first impression down below and you can see the way it applies, how it looks, all of that good stuff. It is so good. I've sent out multiple friends to go buy this and I don't think any of them have told me that they don't like it. They all say they like it. It's really good stuff, especially if you're like me, like more normal skin or drier skin. Like it glides on so smooth. It's like so nice to work with. It's so effortless, perfect just to whip on. You can use less, you can use more. Like it's just so lovely. I feel like I've used this constantly since I did my little first impression on it. Another one I actually love is the By Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. I did a first impression on this too. I don't know, ever since the first impression, I can't even remember what I really said in the first impression, but I don't know, I've just used this a lot. I feel like Mario's makeup brand has been like a little bit of a highlight for me. I really like his stuff and I really want to try even more stuff, so I think, yeah, in the new year I might pick up some more things to give a go. Obviously it's a bit more expensive, but I do like it. That and Patrick Tar. I don't think I've mentioned any of the Patrick Tar beauty stuff in today's video. I do love his blushes and like heaps of stuff I've tried I just really like and I want to try more, you know. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Also the Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. Makes it sound like it would be like not high coverage, but no, this is like full coverage, flawless. I love Clinique foundations, but I know some people don't. So maybe get a sample first. For me, I love this. It lasts forever on my skin. It looks flawless, beautiful, and it's got SPF 20. How funny is the packaging? It's like a little egg, but it's practical. It's got a pump. It's one of the more full coverage ones I reach for just in my everyday life if I am going for like a heavier coverage. And then the other one that deserves a little mention is my NARS. This is the shade Punjab and it's the light reflecting foundation. It kind of took over my past favorite NARS foundation. I feel like each new one is a new favorite. Started off with Sheer Glow, then the Natural Radiance, and now the light reflecting foundation. Like I've loved them all, but I don't know, this one, it was definitely a favorite as well. I took this on a recent trip away because it looks beautiful for like a more flawless look. Once again, I'll put the first impressions down below so you can kind of get a better idea on the foundation, and let's move on because otherwise this video will be 2 hours long as per normal. Concealer, one that took the highlight. What am I trying to say? I don't know. The highlight. My highlight this year was the quite expensive but worth it. I would pay for this over and over again, and I've once again told friends to buy this and they love it too. It's the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. It kind of reminds me of my Hourglass concealer that I absolutely love. This is it here, the Vanish concealer. Love this. But it reminds me of a slightly more runny, more serum-y, lighter feeling. The best way I say to apply this is kind of like put it on and let it set for a second and then blend it out, and it's just unreal. It's so nice. I use the shade P3, P1, and then I use YP3 on my face, which I think is like, I don't know, peachier kind of undertone. I don't know. I've got 3 shades that I use them all and I love this stuff. It is so beautiful. It looks beautiful, it settles beautiful, it doesn't go cakey. I love it to pieces. And I only tried this recently, like a couple months ago, but already it's just one of those ones I continuously reach for, so I had to mention it. Half of these products I would say are like newer. Is that illegal for a 2023 favorite? I don't know. That's how much I love them though. For powder, I don't really have a powder, like a face powder, because this year has not really been about face powder for me. I've been honestly not setting my foundation very often, and if I did, I was kind of just using like my MAC Studio Fix powder or my Glowish powder or my One Size powder. I just use whatever. Like I don't really have opinions. Like I obviously like all those powders, but nothing new, stuff I've talked about in the past. However, under eyes, okay? Like I mentioned before with the Ultra Soft powder puffs, loose powders have entered the chat this year for me. And previously I never really liked them. I'd apply them with a brush and I was just like, I don't get it, I don't understand it. Didn't really bake, didn't do any of that. But since using the Ultra Soft powder puffs, loose powders are like my favorite to just set under my eyes. It gives me the most flawless, perfect looking skin, pores disappear, I look bright, wide awake, which I need because my under eyes this year have been the worst I've ever been in terms of like just sunken in. So I find that obviously you can't really fix the sunken in look. People ask me how I fix it. A lot of it comes down to lighting. When the light is like straight on, the shadow isn't as visible because that's just how shadows work, you know. But also like trying to remove any dimension helps with the appearance of the shadows, and that kind of comes down to like pressing powder down so that, yeah, there's just less of a visible line where I've got the line of like the sunken in under eyes. I've considered doing filler and stuff under there. I talked about it in a YouTube video. Some people were all for it, some people were like never do it. I'm very much on the fence still. I'm kind of more on the don't do it side of the fence though, because terrifying, you know, it's terrifying to me. I'm curious, but I'm not quite curious enough, I don't think, to try it at this stage. I don't know. Anyways, I have a few under eye powders that have just blown me away this year, and I've got others I love, and that's the same with all these categories. I've got others I love and others I've raved about, but these are kind of like the highlights because otherwise we'll be here all day. One of them was Rosita, Dominique Cosmetics. This blew me away, and this is a soft pink powder, but it's not as pink as some others, so it's still totally wearable for every day. It's not going to give you like a big pink under eye. Beautiful, finely milled, does not look drying. It makes me look filtered, it makes me look photoshopped in real life. It's just everything. I absolutely love it, and she does do another color too that's less pink. This particular color, it's so brightening and beautiful. I love the packaging. I absolutely adore this powder. Another one, actually both of these are SheGlam. This is kind of like a cheaper dupe for the Dominique Cosmetics one. Once again, very, very, very finely milled. This color here is Cappuccino, and I also use this like on my face today, just in like my T-zone kind of areas. Looks like this. I also just use it under my eyes when I don't want like a pinky color, and I just, once again, I find it so finely milled, so flawless, and it mattifies but not too much. It doesn't look chalky or dusty. It just looks perfect in my opinion. Like, it works so well for me. The other one that's very new to me, I've tried this like a month ago. I did a first impression on it in my full face of SheGlam video. I'll link it below. SheGlam, it's so cheap, and the quality confuses me for how cheap it is. It is genuinely like just as good as my high-end stuff, okay? This powder is unreal, and this one is more for you if you do want a more pinky kind of tone. I mean, it's similar to Rosita, but what I mean is you've got this loose powder here, right? You've also got this, which is quite pink, and you can kind of dust this on top. I recommend using a ultra soft powder puff for the powder, or a powder brush if you just want to sheer dusting on your actual face. But then if you want to use the brightening powder, I would use a smaller brush, such as, if I can find it, a small face brush or a detail face brush. Pick up a little bit and just dust this on because it's so pigmented. I used a ultra soft sponge in the video where I tried this for the first time, and it was like way too much. Like, it was like so bright, but it looked terrible because it was like so bright and so perfect. You can really build it up to be full coverage, but I recommend just starting with less and build it up as you want. And if I do use a puff like this, I'll just like focus it right on the inner corner where I get super dark, and it literally like, it erases dark circles. It's so crazy. So I adore this, and I wanted to mention the Huda Beauty version too, but I thought I'd just stop it here because this is so affordable. However, I love the Huda Beauty, the new pressed one. What is it? This thing, Easy Bake and Snatch. It's kind of like a dupe for the Easy Bake and Snatch, but I love these two. Absolutely love them. Stunning. Once again though, literally brand new in my routine, but I can't get enough. Like, I just love the brightening under eye powders. I mentioned this in another video, but they both remind me of these KKW Beauty powders, which I've had in my collection for years. I've actually been very well loved, and I adore these, and I never decluttered them because you can't get them anymore, and there was nothing really else like it on the market. But now the SheGlam one and the Huda Beauty one, yeah, basically have replaced these for me, and they're even more pigmented and even more brightening. They're like new and improved, you know. I should probably declutter these now, but I don't know, I kind of am attached to them. So long story short, if you love a bright under eye and you just want something to really brighten, then definitely check out these types of powders. And I do recommend setting your under eye first with a little bit of loose powder before going in with this, because otherwise this sticks and it looks even more intense. Proceed at your own risk with how you apply them. It can take a little bit of getting used to. You guys know that if you watch my videos. The first time I applied both of those products, it was a disaster. But when I tried them again and I used less, less is more. All of these are so good. I love them. For setting spray, I don't know, I've kind of been using all sorts of different ones this year, but one that I've used a lot in real life, maybe not so much on camera. You've probably only seen me use it a couple of times, but I use this a lot in real life when I'm going out and about and I just want to add a little bit more like SPF to my skin, or if I want to put SPF on top of my makeup, like right now I can just add a little bit of SPF. Just try not to breathe in for a second. It smells yuck and tastes yuck, and don't get it in your eyes. Shut your eyes, hold your breath, spray, and then try to like remove yourself from the situation. However, I do love it though. It makes my skin look so glowy, like it gives like a sheen to my skin, like a sunscreen sheen, so it won't be for everyone, but if you have drier skin or normal skin, you might like that. I don't know. I personally love the way it makes my skin look. It settles on nicely. It's the, I don't even think I said, Naked Sundays Hydrating Glow Mist. It is very hydrating and very glowy, but it is SPF 50. So once again, just to top up your SPF throughout the day, it's so perfect. It's got hyaluronic acid, kakaru, plum, watermelon extract, and it's vegan, cruelty free. It's not sticky, definitely not. No parabens, no white cast, and I just think it's a brilliant, brilliant product. It's funny, I think I mentioned this like when I maybe showed it on my channel for the first time months and months and months ago. I was like literally talking to Hamish. I was like, how can we create a like sunscreen setting spray? Like I really wanted to do it, and then this came out. I was like, oh, never mind. But I felt like it was like missing from the industry, so I was so happy to see this. And then I think Quick Flick, is that the brand name? Quick Flick, the Australian brand, has done one as well, which I really, really, really want to try too. So let me know if you guys have tried that one, but I'm here for it because we all know how important SPF is, and it's just, yeah, once again, a nice little top up product. I don't rely on it as my only SPF throughout the day. I'll try to remember to put it on before I do my makeup and all of that, but it's just, once again, nice little insurance, you know? And also if you just like a glowy finish like I do, then it's really cool. I feel like for bronzers, I have literally just been using like my same old faves and stuff that's been discontinued, and just ones that have been in my collection that I've raved about for years now, like my Hourglass, my Too Faced little Love Heart one that I'm pretty sure is well gone. But there are a few that are kind of like newer in my routine that I absolutely love. So first off, I'll show you powder. So that winner has to be the Maybelline City Bronzer. This one is medium cool. I've also got medium warm. I use the cooler one to kind of sculpt a little bit more. Not necessarily to contour, because it's still not super like cool tone. It just works well with my skin tone though. It gives me a little bit of shape. Do you know what I mean? And then the warm one is just really nice to warm up my skin like a bronzer, because I like warm bronzers. I just really like these. I like the pigment. I like how they blend on. I just find them really good. They're not like scarily pigmented, but they've got enough pigment, you know? They like, I don't know, they just blend really well. I feel like they're like a little bit of a hidden gem. I feel like not many people talk about these. I've reached for it so often and I just really like them. So yeah, that one. Then I have been loving liquid and cream. So my liquid winner of the year is the SheGlam ones, Terracotta and Golden Sun. I'll do a little swatch. So this one is Terracotta. They're so pigmented, as you can see, but they blend out so easily. And then this one is Golden Sun. It's a little bit less warm, less dark. Kind of depends on like my skin tone as to which ones I reach for. I've got another one I love somewhere, but I think it might be in my bathroom upstairs because I traveled with it. Anyways, I love these. They blend out like no other. They're beautiful. I seriously love them. Once again, it's something I've told my friends to buy, and now they're like staples in their little makeup routines as well. Packaging's cute. They just work so well and they last ages. Like I haven't repurchased or like opened new ones yet, and I'm still going. And I feel like I've used them a lot. Once again, not just like in videos, I've used them a lot just in real life, because if I'm just popping on like a serum-y foundation, lightweight foundation, or like that Maybelline foundation, they just blend really nicely on top, you know? Also, absolutely have loved this. It looks like I've barely touched it, but I've used this so often. This is the Cream Bronzer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is Golden Tan. I think the other one I love is Amber. Once again, just a beautiful formula, more of a high-end brand if you're looking for that, and I just feel like it blends out so well, and the colors are just stunning. Like I just love the colors. They're the type of bronzer, like cream bronzer, I pop it on and I just feel like my skin just looks like so good. Packaging is just so cute too. Like I just love the packaging. So yeah, this is such a good one if you're looking for a cream bronzer. I love the texture of it, and it's not too like wet. You know, some cream bronzers I feel like they're too wet and your brush gets like like too much product. I don't know. This one, the texture of it is just really good. I can't explain it. I love it. Then I have to show you the blush version from SheGlam. So I've got 3 favorite colors here. The one I use the most is this one here called Gold Quartz. You've seen me use this in a couple of videos. It looks like this. It's like the perfect bright peach, coral, pinky peach. A little bit goes a long way, but they're not scary. You can still blend them out. This one's a little bit more wearable. This is Rose Ritual, and it's like, I always say it's not really like a rose color to me. I suppose technically roses come in this color, but it's like a peachy, nudie peach. I feel like I've got that sunscreen in my throat. My throat's like scratchy. And then the last one we've got here is On Point. This one's fun. I used this recently, and I don't know, I've been kind of getting behind the like cooler pinks now, cooler toned pinks. So that's, yeah, just a bit less peachy. It's really nice. I just love these. The price point is just crazy to me. The packaging's cute. The colors, like there's so many amazing colors. I just think they're so worth it, and they compete with like high-end brands. Like I use those liquid blushes over like any of my other liquid blushes, so that's why they're in the video. But for powder blush, I have to admit, we launched our own blush duos, and it's literally what I've used all year, like, and before I even launched them, obviously, like I've been using them and I can't get enough. They're so long wear, they're so pigmented but easy to blend, and I just love the colors. Duh. I think this is the one I've got on today. I say I think. I don't know how I've forgotten, but I show you in the next video anyway. I was kind of like talking a lot in the video, so I can't remember, but this is Penny and Daisy. They just blend so beautifully. The pigment, like I said, it's really good pigment, and they last forever. They last all day long, and I feel like so many blushes on me don't last, but these ones do last. And I love the packaging. It's so cute. This is a fun one that I've been using lately, Lavender and Posy. It's like pastel, very cool toned, and looks very scary, but it's actually very wearable. Sweet Pea and Tulip. This was like more of a favorite at the beginning of the year, especially with like the very like minimal makeup, bronzed lids and things like that. It's just absolutely beautiful. This color is just like the perfect terracotta kind of, you know, blush tone. And then my camera just stopped filming. I had to give them a shout out because out of all of my blushes, I've used so many different ones in videos, but just, you know, they're the ones I literally go back to just in real life, you know, in everyday. This year was not the year of highlighters, okay? This was the year of blush. Blush was a total comeback for me. Highlighters, usually I'm all about the highlighters, but this year, sometimes I didn't even wear them. I'm kind of getting back into it a little bit now. This is the one I'm using today, and one that I just love. It's the Cleo Prism highlighter in Cream Fizz. Got another one too with like a duochrome pink. Like just in general, the Cleo highlighters, they're so pretty. You can get them from Amazon, Yes Style, and some other like K-beauty websites around the internet. Like, come on, the packaging, first of all, is so cute, and the colors are just stunning, and they're so silky smooth. They almost feel wet when you rub your fingers over them. They're very, very thin in texture, very shiny, and just, they're just amazing. I don't even know if you'll be able to see. They're just so finely milled, like on the face, on the high points. Obviously they just like pop off. Okay, I put that in the worst place. I can't figure out. There we go. The other highlighter I've been loving is the Emco one. Once again, one I reach for like just every day off camera when I just want like a little bit of extra something something. This is Champagne Glow, and it's the Highlighting Glow Beauty Wand, and it's like a dupe once again for the Charlotte Tilbury, and it just gives you that like lit from within highlight. When you blend it out, it just looks like a glow. It doesn't look like shimmery, it's like glowing. And just all of these in general. Oh, I forgot to show one thing, and that's the one I'm wearing today. Hold on. I just love this brand so much. Like, the dupes are so good. Packaging's cute, it works well, it lasts. Price point's so good. This is the other liquid blush that is the only other one that I really reached for lately, other than the SheGlam ones, and it's the Emco Beauty Highlight and Glow Beauty Wand. But this one is Blush Glow, and like I said, I am wearing it today, and the color is just unreal. You don't even need to wear highlighter with it, to be honest. It looks kind of average on my arm, but when I apply this on my face, like the color is so pretty. Like, you just need to try it for yourself. The first time I ever tried it out, I think in a TikTok video, I was like wow, it looked so good, and it's so shiny. Like, it's like a highlighter and blush all in one, whereas those SheGlam ones are more like matte creamy. Oh, even just looking at it right now, I'm just like amazed at the color. In real life, it's so much prettier than what it looks like on my arm on camera. Oh, by the way, this is the SheGlam version of the light pink color. I showed you Cappuccino. This is the light pink one, just in case you're curious. I just found it. My room is a little bit of a mess right now. Just like highlighter this year, eyeshadow also kind of wasn't really a thing. Like, Obviously I use different eyeshadow palettes in videos. In real life I was kind of just whipping on a little bit of bronzer and off I went. However, okay, two xoBeauty palettes I constantly use. Terracotta, which we launched more recently. This is just the most beautiful palette and I just reach for it on an everyday basis. Or like if I was popping on some eyeshadow to film a certain YouTube video or like Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Most of the time I was just using these types of colors, and I find every single time I have this on for my eye makeup, people ask me for like tutorials or ask me what I'm using. So I just think it's such nice colors that really like suit me, and they're just suitable for every day. Plus you've got some colorful ones in there too, which is quite fun, so you can do like a little pop like that. I'd say this is like my favorite palette of the year. But then also the Native palette, this is not new to xoBeauty, but it's still online, only until it sells out, but this is just a favorite, and once again one I reach for all the time in real life. I won't talk about it too much, but if you know, you know. This palette is just incredible, and I'm using a couple of these shades on my eyes today as well. It's just stunning. Oh, you can see out my nose. It's stunning, and these palettes go really, really well together color story wise. They're not the same, but you know, like you can kind of mix and match, which I love. Sorry if you don't like me talking about my brand, but unfortunately it is what it is. These are just holy grails to me. But also an honorable mention, the lighting's going all cooked, an honorable mention to the palette we have discovered together recently, Huda Beauty Pretty Grunge. First of all, the palette itself is just so stunning. I love the mirror kind of text on the front there. It looks so cool. And the colors are unreal, and it's one of those ones at first I was scared off because there's a lot of like silvery black tones, which I don't wear a lot. There's also colors that are just beautiful for every day. All of these six here are very wearable on this side. These ones on this side, like the purplier tones, this brave color, they are still so wearable. I've only done a couple of looks with this so far, but already the quality is so good. The colors themselves are spectacular. This stand-up color is just amazing. The only bad thing about this one is I get a lot of fallout, so I recommend using this, like doing your eyeshadow before doing your base if you're using this, and using your finger where you can with the shimmers to really press the pigment down, because otherwise I feel like the shimmers flake and you get fallout and it's a terrible mess. That's my only one thing I don't like about the palette, but other than that it's just so incredible that I just make it work. The colors are incredible. Like overall, Huda Beauty is just one of my favorite brands. So huge fan of that palette, and I had to add it in here because it's the first time in a while that I've felt something like that towards an eyeshadow palette, because I feel like we had so many eyeshadow palettes coming out for so long, and then eyeshadows just weren't really a thing for a while. Everyone's doing the clean girl makeup or like a very simple eye makeup, so brands weren't really doing many eyeshadow palettes that I was like really excited about. This is the first time in a while I've really felt something. Eyeliner, sorry, but I genuinely use this all the time. I use it with other palettes. I use it every day. I use it on camera, off camera. Terracotta, xoBeauty, water activated eyeliners. The brown is just like an everyday tone for me, this dark brown, and then the light brown too, just every day. When I want something that stands out a little bit more, I'm using the dark brown and the greeny color today on my eyes. I've got the green eyeliner on the inner corner, if you can kind of see. It's affordable, it's amazing. I'm obsessed with it. I use it all the time. The other eyeliner that I've just been using ever since I discovered it a couple of months ago, the xoBeauty Universal, it's like a nude eyeliner, and I love nude eyeliners. I've got lots of favorites, but there is something about this one. It is so much brighter. Like, I like to say that this is almost a mix between a white eyeliner and a nude eyeliner. So if you like that white eyeliner look but it's too harsh, this is incredible. I'll just show you. That's how it looks. It's very pigmented, and it's much more pale nude than a lot of my other ones. So it really, I would show you, but I can't right now. It really wakes you up. It conceals really well. It lasts on me, and it's the perfect texture where it's creamy, so it's comfortable, but it's not too creamy that it like comes off. Like, it's really good staying power on me, and I'm just obsessed with this. I think it's such a hidden gem, and it blew me away, and I've just used it constantly since I discovered it. Mascara has to be my Tarte tubing mascara. This is just a favorite. I love this stuff. I will continue to repurchase this, I feel like forever. I mean, I'm always going to try new mascaras, but this is like my favorite mascara I've found in, I feel like, years. It's so good. If you love tubing mascaras and like volume and length, it gives you that. I've got falsies on right now, so I can't really show you, but like, it's so good. Keep an eye on my next video so you can see how well it applies. Like, you can really see how good it makes my natural lashes look. This year I launched my own lash serum, which is a favorite too. It's a lash serum, it makes your lashes amazing. There's reviews on the website if you want to learn more about it. I won't talk about it. So I haven't used a lot of lashes this year. You would have noticed in some of my tutorials, like sometimes I don't even add lashes, which is very unlike me. But my favorite lashes I have been wearing this year, both in some videos and just in real life, are the cluster lashes. Just all of them. I've got some on today. These ones are called Grace, but I've just been loving the cluster lashes because I can just take one or two and pop them on the outer corner, or I can put all three, do like more of like a full lash look. And finally, for the lips, you guys know it's been the year of the lip oils for me. First and foremost, the Jelly Wow Berry Involved Hydrating Lip Oil by SheGlam has been a favorite. It's like half empty or more. I've absolutely smashed this. It's so hydrating, so beautiful on the lips, on top of a lip pencil or by itself, with makeup, without other makeup. Like it's just nice. It's hydrating and it smells so good. There's been lots of different brands of lip oils I've loved, but that one is like just one of my most frequently reached for ones. And then this xoBeauty Sheer Red. I use this in my cherry makeup tutorial, but I also use it a few times other than that with like a nude lip pencil. Literally, if I just pop a little bit on top of this lip, just so you can see, it gives a little tint of red, but it's wearable and it's just so stunning. Like it feels so like nourishing. You can even wear this with no makeup on and it just gives you a slight tint to your lips, which looks really pretty. Adds a little bit of life and color into your lips if you're like me and they're very dull naturally. I've always considered a lip tattoo because my lips are so dull without makeup, but this kind of solves the problem. On my lips right now, I have Lace liquid lipstick. This is my favorite liquid lipstick. I don't often go for a liquid lipstick currently, but this is like a go-to if I would just want like a nice nude lip. So that's how Lace looks. Naturally, most of my most worn lipsticks on camera or off camera were from my own brand xoBeauty, because we launched a whole range of lip pencils, liquid lipsticks and normal lipsticks. I'll list the video down below, like the lip swatch video, if you want to go check it out. Another favorite in real life was Virtue, and Virtue is like the perfect peachy nude color. You can see Lace is a little bit more pinky, so Virtue is this next one. Love, just when I wanted a nice nude lip IRL. I mean, I used it in some videos too, but I'm always trying to try obviously new lip colors and stuff like that. I try to use stuff for first impressions and, you know, always trying lots of new things, but it's just, these are obviously what I've reached for because I created them. I know the colors work for me. They're comfortable, they wear nicely, I love them all. So I'll just show you like, yeah, a few of my favorites. Also, can we just appreciate how beautiful and juicy my lips look after that Emco lip oil? It's so good. This year, by far, Raw and Clay lip duos were like my most worn. They're from the Terracotta collection, so they are limited edition. We've still got some stock though, so go get it if you haven't yet. This is the Clay lip pencil. It's the perfect deep nude color, and then the actual lipstick itself is quite a bit lighter, so it gives you a really nice like ombre lip, and you can also mix and match with like any other colors you have. So you could use the lip pencil with like, you know, a different lipstick or whatever you want to do, but they look really cool together. They don't look like they would, but they do. I'll put my Terracotta launch video down below if you want to go see them swatched. And then this is the Raw lipstick. This color is probably overall my most worn lipstick this year. It looks so much better in real life on your lips than it does swatched. It is the most beautiful color, and I've received so many DMs from you guys saying that it's like your new go-to. I had someone say they're gonna wear it to their wedding. Like, it's just such a beautiful color. I'll swatch the Raw lip pencil too. It's like a deep peachy nude. It's hard to describe. It's so gorgeous on. When I want something pink, I love this one here. It's called Holiday. And I love this one too with like any nude or peachy kind of lipstick. If I'm going for pink, I love Blossom. Sorry if you can hear the knocking of the builders next door, but see how it's kind of got like that deeper kind of, it's not a deep undertone, but you know, it's not super bright pink. So you can wear it with like a really muted mauve pink lipstick, or you can wear it with like a brighter pink lipstick and make it work too. It's just really versatile, but more of a pinky undertone. And then the others that I reach for a lot in videos and in real life that aren't my brand, I've been loving these Peaches and Cream. Praline, which is this one, I've got like 3 of them open, I realized. That's the color just there. That one's more of like a warm kind of nude. I kind of liken it to the Clay lip pencil, except the Clay lip pencil is not as like yellowy orangey, it's more muted. This one's a little bit like brighter, but it's still nude, if that makes sense. It's so pretty. Also Borderline, which we'll swatch here, which is much more muted. Kind of like the Raw lip pencil, but it's a little bit more nude than Raw. Those are definitely like my most used colors from Peaches and Cream. And I really like the formula as well. I've actually got a whole lot of new shades to try as well, so I'm very excited. Lip pencils are definitely like my go-to out of any lip product from my own brand anyway. And just like in general, you basically won't catch me dead without lip pencil. Even if I'm doing a more natural look, I'll do lip pencil, I'll blend it and put a little bit of lip oil on. Or if I'm doing like a more full glam, obviously, then I do lipstick and all of that too. But I always use lip pencil. It's like probably one of my favorite makeup steps, and definitely, yeah, something I've been using with like the clean girl aesthetic, with just like all of the trends this year. Lip pencil is always a must for me, and that's probably why I've got so many to show you, and there's many others I love, but these are some like standouts for me. And you can see how pretty all of those lip colors are. I'll list them in order down below as well. For lip gloss, I don't really have anything because it's more about the lip oils right now, especially the tinted ones. So huge fan. And that brings us to the end of this video. Those are some highlights, some holy grails, some stuff that really stood out this year. I hope this video was fun to watch. Let me know a couple of your holy grails down below, especially if I've not tried them yet, because I'm always looking for new holy grails, of course. If there's anything or any certain brands you would love for me to try in 2024, hit me up. I would love to. It's one of my favorite things ever to try new brands, so I'm really excited. And I guess I'll just talk to you guys in my next video where we do this makeup look. Bye bye.